It's Alfredo Martinez, and today we're going to be looking at the tarot card, the Fool. Now, first of all, this card is associated with the element of air, which gives it the energy to take on a new journey. The planet associated with this card is Uranus, which gives it the creative and spontaneous energy. And this card does mean beginning, innocence, spontaneity, free spirit, new beginnings. Now, the Hebrew letter associated with this card is Aleph. And Aleph has, the sound of it is just meaning the breath of life, a fresh, new breath of life. Breath being born and brought into this world. Now, if you take a look at the card, you'll see that he's very young, and you'll see that he's towards the cliff, maybe about to take a leap of faith. Now, when you're young, you take more risks. You'll see the dog. It could be his conscience that telling him, hey, that's not a good idea. That white rose he has symbolizes purity, innocence. And then you'll notice the snow in the background on the mountains. And of course, snow being synonymous with water, with emotions. He does not have enough experience in life to let emotions caution and to say, hey, that maybe that's not a good idea. The dog is barking, but his emotions, going through life, having hurt, heartbreak, and learning lessons in life, that's still frozen. It's still, those experiences in life still haven't thawed out for him. And, they're just in the background. Now, you'll notice that, let's take a look at, now, first of all, the card that you're looking at is from the Rider-Waite deck, which does have some English influence, but let's take a look at Dame Fortune's Wheel Tarot, which does have Italian influence. Now, if you take a look at the Italian card, you'll notice that he is dressed as a jester. Now, one thing I do want to point out about this card is that eventually, as we got our modern playing cards evolved and came from tarot cards. Now, this card, the Fool, eventually made its way into our modern playing deck as the Joker card. And you can see he's dressed as a jester. He does have horns on his head. Now let's talk about let's get into some mythology in the background of this card. So this card does symbolize the deity Dionysus. Zeus had a union with Demeter, and then that union resulted in Dionysus, who was born with horns on his forehead, which is why you see the jester's, which looks like horns on his head. Now, this card symbolizes Dionysus on the beginning of his quest in his mythology. Now, you'll notice also that instead of having the sun, this card has the moon on it. And before the Rider-Waite deck, the moon was on the card instead of the sun. Side note, we have, the word the moon, which also in Spanish is luna, which that, if you trace it back far enough, that's where we get the word lunatic. Depending on the moon's phase, it can make you a bit insane. But yeah, that is some commentary that I had on the card, The Fool. And everybody who's watching, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Dark Sorceries on all that. Like and subscribe to Dark Sorcery.